Go get it. What's going on? Here we go. I'm finally here. Finally in the Go Get It live stream. So, this is a new channel here. As many of you know, I'm running another channel, and it's a football channel. But I decided that I need another place. I need another place to talk about things that's not so much football related, where we can just say any topic, anytime, pretty much any topic. I'm on a diet. That's it. I bought a blender today. I apologize for everybody who's been trying to catch me doing the NBA Finals. I thought I could do it with a laptop and what's it called? A webcam. And yeah, so far it wasn't working out. So I got one person watching now. What's going on? New channel here. Go get it. I'm on a diet. I'm drinking. I'm going to juice everything. That's it. I find that I can only eat certain foods these days. Might as well jump right into conspiracy mode right there. You know, is it any wonder why there's so much cancer and you can't digest stuff? And I think it's a mass conspiracy to do with the food, but then again, because people are catching on, they may have pulled back off of it. But I find that I can't digest any bread anymore. It's so hard for my stomach. Anyways, I'm starting to go all over the place here. But yeah, I got a diet going, and I can talk all about that, but I'm just waiting to see if anyone's in the comment section. Then the stream rolls much better. So maybe I should post. Maybe I should post that I am streaming live. You know. And so, yeah, I got 2 people watching. Awesome. I don't know if you're subscribed or not, but it's okay if you're not. It's a new channel, and I pumped it up for the last couple days and botched it because I don't stream from a laptop. I'm going to have to work on it, everyone. I want to get to the point where I got a phone or a tablet and I can just walk around anywhere and stream with good quality. It's going to take me some time to get here, so for now I have to be somewhat stationary to be able to do this. So, yeah, I got to push this thing. I got to tell people I'm live. Maybe I'll keep this one short for now. There's no action in the chat room. That makes it a lot easier when you got people commenting and saying stuff, you know, different topics and whatnot. I could go on about stuff. I could make my own show and just take the mic, so to speak, but I wasn't planning on doing that. I was planning on having a little bit more action in here, but this isn't on my main channel, so I gotta build this one. I gotta put all my featured channels in there. I haven't even done it yet. Sorry, my throat's been a little bit off in the last few days. So, yeah, go get it. Welcome to the Go Get It live stream. Yeah, so I'm going to do it. That's it. I'm going to tell people I'm streaming live so we can get more people here. I don't even know the address code to get. Here we go. First show. Total botch fest. I don't care. It's going to be amazing. 2 people that are watching right now. Hang in there. This channel's going to be awesome. Once we get a lot more people. I feed more off people's comments, I think. That's where it's very entertaining. I don't have 2 people here to just start a conversation, so it's just me. And I'm trying not to start a topic on purpose till we get more people in here or till someone starts a topic. I kind of like when everyone else says what they're going to say. I didn't plan to say anything. I was hoping someone would help me out here. And we're already starting. We're already into the Liverpool talk. Inevitably. That's all right. We can talk anything here. Yeah. I've been hearing that the Van Dyke thing, you know, it's funny with rumors. He's going to City. Oh, it's not happening now, and this and that. Yeah, whatever. Uh, yeah, I totally would want him. Like no kidding. But 60 million pound. They're asking for a lot of money, but again, you know, that's the market these days, right? I was telling my dad I wouldn't want to pay that much for a defender, but you know, I got to get more people to crash this live stream. We'll see. I'll fix the quality of the video too. Colors a little bit. Yeah, I'll work on that. So we got 4 people. Go get it. Thank you for tuning in. New channel here. So far, the topic is about Van Dyke, or as you say, Chan Dyke. You put Chan in there instead of Van, in case anyone's wondering. I really want to figure out a way to get comments in the video so people can see it, so I don't have to narrate them. But I'm going to try to do a lot of live streams. Maybe I should just start the topic for these live streams, go in. But I kind of like just starting a chat and it just goes, you know? Because that's what's going to happen anyways. Like, let's not try to kid ourselves here. It's very hard to stay on point. And 200K per week as well. Wow. So that's like on top? I don't even know how these salaries work, guys. Imagine that. You get like one contract and then you get more. Really? It's extra? Okay. So they give them away. So, okay, hold on. So let's say, okay, for whatever, I don't know how this works. Let's say that, okay, I'm going to buy a player. The player's 30 million pound. And I buy the player. So you're telling me that the 30 million that's not his wages? That's just to get him. Educate me, because I don't know any of this stuff. Is that correct? Okay. Do I have my speakers on? Okay. Just making sure I'm... Oh, okay, so they pay for the player, and then they get a set thing of wages from that afterwards. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why I couldn't have figured that out. Yeah. Thanks, Andy. No, I told you guys, I'm not good with all this stuff. I will be one day, though. But, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So then, yeah, like 200K per week with quid? That's a lot, man. Wasn't it 170 and 180 that City and Chelsea were bidding for? And we were at like 120. So has it gone up now? Or did they up their bids? Or is that just like a number you put there? Anyways, wow. So it's cool, guys. We can talk about whatever we want. You guys want to talk about LFC? That's cool, because there's probably no one else watching the channel but my Liverpool family. So, but we'll get there. I'm going to start pushing this channel a lot more. Yeah, go get it. Another stream. This time it's on the Go Get It network. Well, no, I consider it all the Go Get It network. I want to have lots of channels, and it's all going to be part of the Go Get It network. But this is on Go Get It. The whole concept of this channel is kind of a free-for-all. You can ask whatever you want. There's an asterisk, though. Hold on. certain things I'm not gonna want to talk about, like stuff in my personal life. I'm gonna avoid talking about, obviously, and strange stuff I might not. But pretty much anything goes. And so far, we're just talking Liverpool football, which is a great subject. So I want to be able to do that because it's too nerve-wracking to not do that when you're running a channel, and I don't want to put it all on my Liverpool football talk thing. I want it in another thing. So, I mean, this channel could catch fire more quicker than the Liverpool one. We'll see. I already got 40 subs, and I didn't even drop a video yet. That's how hot it is. So yeah, I finally got the video. I apologize again for game 1 and game 2 that I wanted to live stream during. I tried to do it with a laptop. It failed miserably. That's what happened. I'm working on it. We will get there. For now, I have to be next to my desktop to do the live streams. So I appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, so good. Okay, so now we're getting into it here. A serious question. This is from C 2011-073. That's how I'm going to call your name. A serious question. What are your thoughts on all the terror attacks? Okay. Well, this is what I was thinking was going to be the first topic because it's relevant. It's happened in the world recently. I saw some of the True Geordie's podcast on it. Very interesting to see his insight. I like his attitude. I like the way he views it. My thoughts on all the terrorist attacks. Well, obviously it's tragic. You've got two extremes, right? And I'm taking this from someone else's tweet they said, which I retweeted when the Manchester attack happened. You've got people that say blame all Muslims, which is ridiculous. You can't blame all Muslims. And then you've got people saying the other side that's saying it has nothing to do with Islam. So in the tweet, someone was saying they're both two extremes, but they're both incorrect, and I agree with that. I mean, if you look at what is in there, what's in the book, it's clear. I don't think that things are being taken out of context there. In fact, I think it's the devout ones that follow it to a T. When I say devout, don't mess around with my words and what I mean here, because people do that. They take your words and they try to fight you, and it's like, hold on a second. We're dealing with a big subject here. So, I mean, my thoughts on it is very clear, is that that's what's in there. It's funny because people say that, you know, terrorism has no religion. And there's, you know, it depends in a sense, right? You could say, sure, that's true in a sense, but hold on a second. I mean, if you want to go by definition, but if you want to go by facts, it is relative, you know, and people will say, oh, don't tweet this, or don't say this, or this is disrespectful. It's like, well, hold on a second. We're addressing it. We're speaking out because it's a problem. And not because it's just random. There's a pattern, and there's a reason why there's a pattern. So to me, it's obvious. It's there. People just don't want to, you know, people put the blinders on. They don't want to deal with it. It's too sensitive of an issue or whatever. So I don't know what the solution's going to be. I just hope it works. But whenever there's war, there's casualties, right? So, you know, it's a shame. I don't know what the solution is other than preaching the truth. I think that's the best you're going to get for, because you remember, you're trying to beat an idea. You're trying to beat a concept that is false, okay? So, and that comes from, like, it's not from God to do that, all right? So how do you fight that? You say, okay, well, it's in there and it's irrefutable, and you just tell the truth. That's how you fight it on that level in the mind. Maybe you can win some people over. I don't know. I don't know how someone is in that religion and doesn't see that. But then again, I do know, because religion's a weird thing, or believing in God's, it's I shouldn't say weird, but it's a very locked in kind of thing. You got to have all your answers. You got to have all your beliefs. You got to know everything. And if you don't, people just come at you, and it's crazy. And that's how people are. And we're all like that naturally to a point. But I think it's rather obvious. I find it crazy that people want to, you know, get so angry, not at the attack, but at the whole phobic, and I definitely am going to quote that. That's in loose quotation marks there. The whole phobia. You know, let me tell you something right now, because I was thinking about this morning, and when it comes to people using the word phobe or phobia at the end of another word, you know what? It's a word that's tossed around, and it's a made-up word. I think a lot of the times it's a BS word, because most people aren't even what you're trying to suggest, and it's not a phobia, it's called a disagreement. Not everybody agrees, okay? Not everybody believes the same thing. So you're telling me I don't have a right to my own morals, and you want to label me with phobia or phobic, and you think you're going to win people over in the long run? No. People like me and other people are going to say what we think and say, you know what, it's not a phobia. I treat Muslims really well, and people that are homosexual or any of that I disagree with some things, but I treat them great. You know, you should see how I treat people. And I do that with everyone. That's the way I am, right? Unless I get upset or there's a fight. That's a different story. Then I got to work on it. But I treat people in a good, positive way, okay? I'm not afraid, you know, if I disagree with something that they do. You know, it's called a disagreement. It's not a phobia. But go ahead, use your word, you know, thinking you're all cute, thinking you're smart, thinking you're so ahead of the game, you know, and you just want to label people. Go right ahead. So that's my thoughts on that. I got that off my chest. I think that was very important to say. Um, so Zane is in the house. What's going on? Go get it. So we got 3 viewers. I covered some good stuff here. So far, so good. And yeah, as for any other solutions to what's going on with the terrorism thing, you know, it's like the guy was saying in the True Geordie thing. I mean, you're always going to have people that are going to go, you know, come off the hinges, right? They're always going to believe something, or you're going to always have a problem. So you can only stop it to a certain extent. It's hard, because what do you do? I mean, you can't just, I don't know. It's weird. Like, how do you ban certain countries? I don't actually mind that for one reason, because it's basically saying, you know what, enough is enough. It's a good way to say that's it. But that's also, you know, what about the refugees that really need help? You know, but then people will say, well, they got help around that area they could have, and that's true. You know, but it's really bad. I mean, I don't think there's an easy solution. I don't I don't know if it's right to say ban them or not from certain countries. I can tell you before I would have definitely been against that in the last couple of years, but then I don't know, the last year or so, I've been kind of thinking, well, you know what? Maybe that's the way it's meant to go. All I know is that you keep pushing, you keep poking humanity, sooner or later, they're going to get together and say, you know what? That's it. So I don't know how that's going to happen. I just hope it works out as best as it can. Too many innocent people are dying. And other than educating people, I don't know what the answer is, because it doesn't make sense. Like, it's just foolish to come against Muslims in general. That just doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of really great people out there that are Muslim, you know, millions of them. And it's a religious problem, right? And a lot of them will agree that it's there. So I don't know what the solution is, and I don't want to take a stance, you know, too far, quote unquote, right or left. But I think educating is definitely a good thing. But there comes a point where there's going to be a physical way to deal with it. Whether that's stopping people from coming in or going to war, which doesn't make any sense. You can't. I don't see how you can go to war with it. Um, and that's not what anybody wants. You don't unless you're into that stuff, which is terrible. Um, War. I hate war. I can't stand war. You know, I've always been like that. I've always been a peaceful guy. But sometimes wars happen, right? And sometimes it's meant to go there, whether we like it or not. And the thing is we're not God, right? So you don't know what's going to affect what. You don't know what balances what out at the end of the day. But it's going to keep going a certain way, the way that it's meant to go. Does that mean you're to be passive? No. Does that mean you're to just rant about it all the time? Not necessarily. I just kind of go with the free flow. What I think, what I feel. Um, and also, you can be wrong on an opinion. Hey, what's up, brother? See, he's saying he's Muslim. What's going on, Zane? I figured you might be with the last name Zane, right? So, I don't know. This is a conflicting problem, and it'll keep happening, right? And I don't know what the solution is, and other than just talking about it. And if Trumpy's gonna shut him down, we'll see what happens. But that's one problem in the world. There's a whole bunch of issues going on at the same time, just to make it even crazier. But it'll work itself out. I mean, to some extent. Um, there's lots of anger, lots of angry views at it. Like, I'm kind of glad I'm doing it right now. We're talking about it as opposed to just finding out the tweet. Because, when you first find out, you're very angry. And I'm still angry, but, sometimes when you're angry, you can't even, you're gonna lash. And sometimes maybe that's maybe that's the real thing. Maybe that's the truth in that moment. Who's to say, right? But time over here, bro, is 3:11 p.m. So we got Salah. That's good. I want to get Mohamed Salah. I like his running a lot. That would be great. I'm kind of just with the transfer rumors. I don't even, it's looking that way. And again, now with Van Dijk, it's like here we go again. And then I haven't heard anything about Lacazette. So, yeah. So we're starting out doing a podcast. I thought I would do something in the Go Get It live stream. Oh, yeah. You guys are more in dinner time in the UK, right? Right on, bro. That's good. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I wanted to get more people to show up, but I probably will just leave it for now till I push this channel harder. See, when you got a Twitter account with lots of followers or Facebook and you post, like, it's just more views, right? It's easy. But we're a new channel. A bunch of go-gettians. Thanks for covering this serious subject anytime, man. It's not easy, right? Because, man, people, this is the thing I noticed, too, is like, people are so hyper offended. Me too. Trust me, when I go on Twitter and I see something I don't like, I just mute it. I'm getting tired of it, right? The thing is, people come from a stance like they're right, and then And a lot of the times it's people who are actually wrong, or false in their understanding that they're the loudest and they're preaching, and it's like, well, hold on a second. It's like when people say don't preach. Well, you're preaching something. So, but yeah, I do like to cover the serious subjects because it has to be talked about sooner or later. And I don't want to shy away from it. I don't want to ruffle feathers unless it's in a good way. And I know how offended people can be, especially on my Liverpool Twitter account. I'm like, man, you're doing a good show when you. I remember with Brexit. Okay, I was very happy about Brexit. And the main reason why I was happy about Brexit is because I'm a conspiracy guy, and it was a big FU to the New World Order. Go get it. That's why I was really happy about Brexit. So I tweeted, go get it. It's about time you told Europe to go get their shine box. So, but I didn't realize, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. A lot of people on my Twitter, they're not exactly going to like what I just tweeted. But they were cool. They kept me. That's a good sign you're doing a good show, is when you can disagree with people and they'll still come. So yeah, I don't mind covering it, man. I don't know what the solution is. It's gonna work itself out to a point, and it'll just keep going. And I hope, that it'll you know slow down, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think, unfortunately, the gears are in motion with those kind of beliefs. A lot of people believe that, right? 9/11 was totally an inside job. Yes, I agree 100%. And not just inside job. People, this it's a mass conspiracy, right? Are the Cavaliers going to make a great comeback again? Of course they are. This is all my fault. I screwed up the first stream. I screwed up the second stream. I hope they do, man. Golden State's on fire. Like, there was 2 points in that game. They had already pretty much iced the game. And then Durant shoots like a friggin' 30 footer. And then Steph Curry does the same thing. I'm like, forget it. So it's looking bad for the Cavs, but the series does not start till game 3. You win, they're gonna have the crowd. LeBron was playing so good too. So was Kyrie. Kyrie getting in there. We'll get back to 9/11 in a second, David. I just quickly talk about the NBA Finals for a second. So yeah, Cavs, are they going to come back? I hope so, because I want LeBron to do it again. I don't know how they're going to beat that Golden State team other than just be trying to beat them at their own game, which sounds crazy. But really, they're a 3-ball team. Steve Kerr knows. He's a smart coach. I mean, he does all sorts of other coaching, but in a nutshell, it's basically play your percentages, high percentage shooters, 3 points is more than 2, do the math. That's how Golden State did what they did. They live by the 3 and they hardly ever die by it, right? Because they've got great shooting percentage, great shooters. So that's what I would do. I mean, they need to have better defense. They can't give them these open threes. I don't know. I would say you've got to find a way to start fighting fire with them. Cavs could do it. You never know. They can grind out 2 wins, then all of a sudden it's 2-2. Series isn't over. So, yeah, 9/11. I think 9/11 was a quote-unquote inside job. Let's see how, now that we're talking conspiracy stuff, let's see. Yeah, stream's pretty good. I don't know why, but my bit rate keeps dropping. Use a audio stream bit rate. Like, I don't even know. I'm gonna work on that. I apologize if there's any audio issues. If the stream does cut out, I will figure out how to just stop talking, and you guys let me know if it cuts out. So yeah, 9/11. Okay, so I found out about 9/11, the conspiracy side of it, in 2006. And I was blown away. I thought there's no way that this is true, that it's a conspiracy. How dare they? And then I looked into it and I was like, oh man, there is some serious evidence there. So, Just Willie, what's going on, man? Hey, how's it going? So, yeah. Um, I don't know. So, yeah, I found out about 9/11. Totally rocked my world. What started going down the rabbit hole, and then I found out about like all the other stuff that's going on, which really broke my heart because that's terrible. Some of the when you get into some of the real evil stuff, obviously 9/11 was terrible, but the further you go down the rabbit hole in the conspiracy world, it gets pretty ugly. And I'm not talking about the problem with conspiracy theory is there's always going to be disinformation. There's always going to be people trying to stop it. I don't think they can stop it now. Now there's too much out there. If someone wants to wake up, it's like the Matrix. If they want out, they'll get out, you know? So, yeah, it was interesting when I found out, it's total shock. But to me, it's not even if you're going to have a serious look at it, I don't see how you can look at all the presented evidence and come away from that not thinking that there was some other thing going on there, you know? Um, Obviously, the way the buildings fell, if you look close, you can really see them rip and explode out. I've seen lots of arguments against that. Have this channel something about Liverpool? Yeah, I have another channel that's for Liverpool. Um, but yeah, like to me, you've got so many different testimonies from people that were there, you know, clearly showing explosives. Okay. You've got the molten metal in the basement. How do you get molten metal down there? Right? If it wasn't from the thermate reaction or however that works scientifically. There's no other reason why molten metal should be there like that. Right? So that's pretty obvious. And obviously, Building 7 just came right down the way it did. I mean, it's obvious that something different happened than the quote unquote official story. So, yeah, I watch Liverpool football matches with my dad. The channel's doing good. The channel's gonna go. I'm gonna push it hard. It's really fun. The reaction videos are a lot of entertainment. They're very fast, and I'm going crazy in them. My dad's a character. So yeah, talking about 9/11, and so yeah, I mean, there's more. There's so much evidence. I'm not going to start listing all the things because it's just the more you go into it, the more it's like almost impossible to cover every angle. But when you've got architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth, pilots for 9/11 Truth, and they're showing you the science, you know, that's why I'm hoping with Trump in there, man. I'm hoping he takes out. I don't know how much power he's got or whatever he's able to do. I'm just hoping he takes down the global New World Order, Illuminati, whatever you want to call them. All these guys that are into this sinister stuff, trying to control everything, doing all sorts of evil things. They got to be stopped. And I'm hoping Trumpy gets them. Okay? That was the main reason why I was happy he got in, because I knew, okay, this guy knows about all this stuff and he's not controlled by anyone. Otherwise, when it comes to politics, I don't care because I don't believe in anybody. And I know Trump comes across a certain way, you know, and people really hate him and make fun of him, but they have no idea what's going on in the conspiracy realm, what we're really up against here. So, That's why I'm happy he's in there, because at least he's not controlled. I do think he, I do think he really cares. I don't think it's for his ego. You know. Um, Again, people they make all these comments, they take all these shots, and it's like, you take shots at the guy, but do you even know what's going on in the world other than what you're spoon fed by the mainstream media? So go ahead. Most of those people, they're not really educated in what's going on, or else they think twice. And I'm starting to get a little chippy myself, so hold on. Sorry, I gotta figure out how to mute this thing because I hate getting interrupted and I can sense an interruption happening. There's no way to mute this. Great. Probably is. I'm gonna try something. Hold on. Okay, that's volume. Okay, so when I click this button, tell me if you can hear me. I'm gonna still keep talking. Okay, did it work there? Did the volume go off for a second? Let me know. I think that's how I can control it, so that's good news. I'm still new in the streaming realm. And by the way, where are you from? I think USA because you look like an American guy. And yeah, I'm in Canada. Go get it. Yeah, it went off. Thanks, Freddie. Okay, so I can control the volume there. Cool. Yeah, I know I'm not muted now, but I was before, so that's cool. Um, yeah, Freddie voted for Trump. Hillary needs to be in prison. Yeah, man, it's crazy. You know, people hated Trump so much that they were gonna vote for Hillary. The thing is if people really knew what was going on, like that's the thing. Everybody knows in part and they see in part. You only get so much, and a lot of people, they click on the BS link. They click on what's trending, and you see the psychological warfare all the time in what's trending. And they've actually backed off on it. They were hyper on it during the election, of course, because they were trying to, sway that. But I think they've realized, you know what, with this whole, with us trying to manipulate everything and tell everybody what to believe, and this whole thing, we've lost a lot of people here, and it's true. Believe me, they lost a lot of money, especially Hollywood. I'm sure there's a lot of people that said, I'm one of them. I said, forget it, done. That doesn't mean I might not still go see a movie every now and then. I'm not against Hollywood, okay, per se. I actually like Hollywood. I like the fact that they make movies, great memories, great stuff. There's a lot of positive, okay? It's positive and negative and everything, in a sense, right? So, but again, like I said, when you guys want to do you want to go and you want to tell people, what to believe, and you want to throw it in our face, and that's the thing, like, who gets to decide? So now all of a sudden, if we disagree with you, like, we're bad. And the funny thing is we're usually right. Again, that's the funny thing. They're like, it's just crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna get into some other stuff if I don't stop there, so I'm gonna slow down for a second. But I don't vote because I don't believe in any of them. And I'm sure there's some that are genuine, but for me to vote, I need to believe in that person. Or at least think that what I'm going to do and who I'm going to vote for is actually going to be good for the country. Even if it's voting someone out by voting someone who's a lesser evil. But to me, if it was in that scenario, I'd just leave it. Yeah, I don't know too much about Benghazi. I never. Oh, dude. Oh, the emails, though. See, that's what blew the whole thing off the hinges, man. James Waring, go get it, baby. Van Dijk and Salah deals are getting close. They should be Liverpool players by the end of the week. It seems that way. Go get it. Thanks for tuning in, bro. But yeah, we're talking about some crazy stuff here. But yeah, um, I found out about those emails, and then I watched some interesting examinations of those things, and then was totally blown away by all the things connected to it and the people. And when you really get into like the Pizzagate stuff and all that, it's like, man, this is really bad. So that's where I said, that's it. I've seen enough. I knew about that stuff before, but I didn't realize how big it is, how many people are in this stuff. Um, you know, it's a real dark and evil thing. That what they do, and a lot of people don't know it. Most people, I think they're. That's the thing. Like I could see when it broke, they were just trying to like steer it and get around that week so that it would all just. And I knew that's what was gonna happen. I knew it wasn't gonna be. It's not gonna be defeated overnight. At least not right now. But I'm sure that they've backed off a lot, but it's definitely still going on. What they do, these horrible people, and it's obvious. We know what they're doing to kids, and how all these kids go missing all the time. Like, people are gonna, eventually it'll get dealt with. But unfortunately, it's as though it's on the back burner, which is a tremendous shame. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think there's going to be a surprise. I think, barring them trying to kill Trump or some other thing, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know why people bought into that whole Earth is flat thing. That to me has to be like a classic case of disinformation to make the conspiracy thing seem illegitimate. Anything to do with conspiracy. And they'll do that too. They'll take like a good documentary and then they'll take the obvious BS ones and put it all in the recommended views. So it's like somehow a part of that. But again, even that I've noticed, it seems they've. Now that the question is, are they recommending it for that person or is it just all the same? I don't think so. I think with the way they can do things these days, I think they manipulate it to a T. I'm not a journalist, no. But I guess I am if I want to be a real one. There's no real journal. What real journalists exists anymore? It's all status quo now. That's why when I'm at my job and I'm putting the papers in the thing, I don't even want to put the papers in there. I make sure the New York Times goes on the bottom because I hate the New York Times. And for what the BS article they put up when all that stuff dropped in the election, and then I saw all these what looked to be fake accounts pumping it. I'm like, man, you guys, you have no soul to be who could be that soulless. I don't know. I could never do a job like that. If I was a journalist, I would get fired for telling the truth on my first day. I'd have a thing like that. I wouldn't even be able to. I wouldn't even get the job. But yeah, the whole flat Earth thing. Okay, here's an easy way to break it to everybody who's got a problem with it. Okay, so if the Earth is flat, then that means the pilots are in on it, the astronauts, anyone who's flown a plane, they got to be in on it. Okay, and everyone who's been in a plane or in a spaceship where you can see the Earth's curvature and you can see it in a fighter jet. So come on. There's no way the Earth is flat. This is the Truman Show stuff. This is the stuff they use to discredit the real conspiracies. Full stop. That's it. There you go. Flat Earth got a little bit of time on my show. So yeah. But yeah, man. It's crazy stuff, man. Crazy world. I'm glad that there's people that know what's going on. There's people that are awake. That's what's inspiring me to do this channel. I really want to get this channel to be like a juggernaut for truth. I'll just do my podcasts. We can have our chat in there. I can address whatever's in there. And um, I'm going to put stuff at the bottom. I'm going to put, whatever I believe that I think is good for people to know, documentaries, um, or presentations, anything that's good for people to learn from that I think will benefit people. I'm gonna make favorite videos or thing. So that way the channel, when people come to it, it's gonna be a bam. There'll be lots of stuff. So some people believe in Jesus and Allah, and wow. Okay, I don't know what you mean by that. So you're saying it's like are you saying it's not logical to believe in God? Is that where you're trying to? Because I would disagree with that. I think it's very logical. It's very scientific. It's basic, but that's a whole other. We'll get into whatever on here. I've got to figure out why there's this bit rate issue on my computer. I've got to figure out what is causing it. McGregor versus Mayweather. Okay, here we go. I don't know, man. Okay, I haven't really watched Conor McGregor fight too much. Obviously, he's dominant. But in a boxing match, I don't know. Mayweather, I mean, is Mayweather that good that no one can knock him out? Right? Because McGregor's not going to win in a boxing match. But if he catches him and knocks him out, he wins the boxing match. So I don't know. It's a tough one to call for me. I don't know. Should I call it? Should I call it right here? Right now? I want to say Mayweather because it's worked all these years. I mean, that fight against Pacquiao, he just controlled him the whole time. I'm surprised Pacquiao didn't go for it. Here's the thing: is McGregor the kind of guy that will just say, "Okay, third round, that's it," and just if he that's where you can that'll make or break a fight. You go for a knockout punch or a hard hit to the jaw. You catch it, you could win right there. You miss it, and Mayweather's right there. Like he can knock you out right there. I don't know. I almost have a feeling like Conor McGregor could do it. I have a feeling like he can do it. Because it almost feels like every time Mayweather comes out of retirement, it's like he's, you know, tempting fate, a little bit there. And that's why I feel like McGregor, maybe he'll just snap and do it. But I don't know. Who would I cheer for in that scenario, too, right? Because who has the advantage? And then I don't even know how big McGregor is versus Mayweather. That's another thing. But they both got gloves on. There's no ground involved. Hey, what's going on, Los? What are my thoughts for the new Liverpool special edition white, blue, and white? Oh, you mean like the green one with the stripes? The away kit? I don't know. You'll have to send me the thing. Lots of interesting topics here on the Go Get It network here. I'm going to keep this stream going for about another 10 minutes, and I think that's it. Trying to lose weight. I shaved my beard, and I can already see the chin in the video. I'm having smoothies now. That's how I'm going to do it. Smoothies and just a steak when I need it. Team McGregor. The home shirt's awesome. Yeah. I would have to go for McGregor. 49-1. And that's the thing, it'll be 50 too. It'll be 50 if he wins. Or 49-1. I don't know. It's a very, very tough call for me. And I don't follow McGregor enough to really. It doesn't let you paste the link. Yeah. I don't know why YouTube's like that. I don't know. They probably froze it or something. I don't know. But I'll check it out. When does that fight go down anyways? Or they're still negotiating it, right? I don't know. Let's well, we got one video on the Go Get It network now, so that's great. I appreciate everybody watching. Much appreciated. Thank you. I don't know why I'm looking there when the camera's there. My screen's there. Let me put on some AC. Put it on low. So yeah, I don't know. Who's gonna do it? McGregor, Mayweather? I don't know. Still negotiate. It'll happen. It's definitely gonna happen because someone's gonna have to give. Everybody wants to see it. It would be hilarious if Conor McGregor won it. It would be pretty funny. And now his stock would just be like, it's already crazy. But it's kind of cool that Floyd Mayweather's never been beaten. So I don't know. Oh, nice. You're going to see Coutinho and Firmino. Sweet. Oh, was I happy about Real Madrid? No. No. My dad and I watched it. We could have done a reaction video because my dad was trashing Ronaldo like you wouldn't believe. The first half, my dad just like was ripping Ronaldo with like the funniest stuff, and we were going back and forth. And they got that goal. We were like, yeah, okay, but they were no match. Second half, yeah, they're just too good, man. There's too many pieces on that team. Casemiro, Benzema, Bale, obviously Ronaldo, like Ronaldo. What are you gonna do when you're trashing Ronaldo and then he has a great game? You know. I wanted Juventus to win it. Yeah. They didn't look that good at all out there. You know. They weren't. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Someone's got to stop Real Madrid. They have too many Champions Leagues. Too many European Cups. Ronaldo, the GOAT? No. Definitely not the greatest of all time. For achievements, he's getting up there. What does he have? 4 Champion League now? 4 European Cups? He's amazing. He's going to go down as one of the greatest. But he doesn't have Messi's techers. Ronaldo's just good at putting the ball in the net and knowing where to run. He's a great player. But he's not the greatest of all time. Who's the greatest of all time? Messi? What about Pele? What about Maradona? See, well, you'll never know. Yeah, I don't know. How can I judge? What is it? Okay, I would say Pele's the best. 3 World Cups. How many league titles does he have for whoever? I don't even know any of his stats or nothing. I've seen him play though. But I mean, Messi's up there though. Maradona is really good too, but I don't like him. He seems like such a scrappy. He's got a lot of heart, but he just seemed like one of those crooked players. You know. But he's a brilliant player. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a way to really know. And then you can have a player who's better than another player, but the other player has more trophies. But more trophies doesn't always mean better. You know, more trophies doesn't always mean better. You know, I don't know. It's like Michael Jordan and LeBron, but even though Michael has more trophies and is still considered the best of all time, or Bill Russell with 11, like is Michael Jordan better than Bill Russell? Is Bill Russell better than Michael Jordan? Like they're two totally different types of players. Steven Gerrard is the GOAT. He's up there. I mean, for shooting, for shot power, he's the GOAT. I think. I don't know if there's anyone who's been able to do it. Is harder, especially in big moments too, right? For shot power. That's why when it comes to best player for anything, you got to categorize it. There's got to be asterisks. There's got to be, like, I think LeBron is the best complete player of all time. I think Michael Jordan it's weird because he might not even be the greatest scorer of all time anymore. And he's not the leading scorer of all time. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is. Right? So, and then you've got Steph Curry in there. LeBron's got a lot of points too. So what do you define as greatest? What do I think about Zidane? Not much. I don't know. See you, man. See you, buddy. Zidane, I don't know. I wasn't really watching footy back when he was playing. I remember watching the World Cup, and I was not cheering for Italy. I think I chose France over Italy. I'm like, let the French win it. I don't want Italy to win. I think Italy was the underdog, too. And I like underdogs. But for whatever reason, I did not want Italy to win it. And I think everyone around me was cheering for Italy, so I was like, no, I don't want them to win it. So I'm thinking, oh, yeah, France will beat them. And then he goes and headbutts the guy. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about Zidane. Great coach. I mean, he stepped in. Obviously, it's easy to step in at a club like that and have success to a point. But it seems as though he's really, got the guys focused, and he's been there and done that. So I guess I like him. I guess I like Zidane. If I had to say off the top of my head, how do I feel about him? What's going on, LFC Rags? So yeah, just a little live stream action. I'm not going to keep it going on too much longer. I am on a diet, as I mentioned earlier. I'm going to start juicing, doing the juicing thing. Thanks, bro. Have a good one, man. And yeah, I'm doing all that stuff. Got to cut down the weight. Got to start running. Getting older. Don't digest food like I used to. So I got to do something. So I'm going to juice it. And then I'm going to do my steak. Steak's a good way to lose weight, as well as distilled water. I'm trying to cut out all the sweets, all the bread, the rice, the pasta. It's a good way to do it. So I think that's it. I think that's it for this one. I have to go. I got stuff I got to do today. I appreciate all the comments and the support. This is the first show on Go Get It, the first podcast. So I'm going to have to leave you guys for now. It's an hour. I said it would be an hour. We could do more another time, but I got stuff to work on today. Take care, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Go get it.